Open Zones, a possible path to global digital asset adoption. With Eugenio Gonzalez, Oz Finance.
How are we doing today? My name is Jin. I don't know if you saw on the board a while ago, my title is CEO. That's not my title. I'm chief architect, but in reality, I'm just a nobody. Just like everybody else here, right? When we're in the crypto community, that's what we are. We're nobodies. But we have ideas that we can bring forward. So I'd like to be able to share with you a little bit of my story, and perhaps you can identify with that story in order to identify with what we are building over here. So I'll share how I got into blockchain in the first place and how it led to where we are today. But I'll start it out with a question to you first. Do you guys remember the first time that you got into blockchain or heard about it? Do you remember the emotion that it brought forward when you heard about this new technology that nobody even understood? What did that represent to you? For me, it represented one thing which was very important, which I'm sure all of you can identify with. It can be summed up in one word: freedom. I don't know about any of you, but I think that is very relevant in today's world. Freedom. Now, in the course of blockchain implementations, I have a question for you on top of that. Is there any token or is there any project in the entire world that you've seen since then that brings to your life in a changing way, in a life-changing way, that word, freedom? Freedom from privacy, infringement, freedom from regulation, over-regulation. Regulation is okay. Over-regulation is difficult. And freedom from tax. Is there anything that gives you those three? I don't know about you, but I've struggled in it. And I remember the first time I heard about blockchain technology, this was in 2013. I was driving the car, I heard about it, it was pretty cool, but it struck me that that's exactly what it represented. Unfortunately, the one beside me was my wife. So I said, this is great, I want to do this. Blockchain's going to be what I'm going to do forever. You know, and my wife says, it's a scam. But in my heart, it hit me, but I heard from my wife not to do it because it's a scam. Scam might be what people are used to. They abuse it, yes, but what it represents is freedom. So the first lesson of blockchain I had, because I didn't implement and I didn't execute, don't listen to your wife. But the more important part here is do not listen to anyone. Anyone at all when it comes to blockchain, when it comes to what it means to you. Because the technology is more important. I mean, what it brings to you is more important than the financial gain. And what you need to do is align yourself with projects that bring that forward. So a little bit about my life. Then, I forgot about blockchain. I had around 6 startups for the past 25 years. I sold 2 companies, one of which was to a NASDAQ-registered company. And in 2017, I had an opportunity to do a deep dive again. I joined the largest digital bank in the Philippines. I led the blockchain initiatives. And I went mainstream, but I did it, they would say, in the right way. And I believe it was the right way. I launched the Philippine stablecoin. We did a partnership with Consensus, right? Brought in Joe Lubin, brought everybody, all the experts in the Philippines. And we implemented a cross-border and domestic remittance platform that cut cost by 93%. It brought the bank from 17th or one of those way down places to number 1. The power of blockchain brought the company forward. Didn't bring me forward, didn't bring the community forward, but it brought the bank forward. And that's good because it provides a service to the community. I also engaged multiple regulators in that process. The SEC, the central bank, Philippine Stock Exchange even, introducing the technology to all of them. It was a great experience, but there was one thing that was always missing. was there any project that brought forward that one word which mattered the most to me? So what I did was I got into discussions with different groups, and I met a group that had the same ideals. This is what we want to achieve. And what we found out was there are 5,400 ecozones around the world. To those who don't know what an ecozone is, think of it as a country within a country. It's an entry point for business and commerce and individuals to enter into these zones with new ideas and new innovations. And these are the things that blockchain needs to partner with. These are the economies, these are the regulators that we need to partner with. Right now, where do you live? You might live in the United States, you might live in different countries around the world. The truth is, where you live right now, you are still beholden to the laws of the land. And that's good because it provides order. But at some points, as you can see in this world, sometimes those laws don't align with what you believe in. So my question is, do you have complete portability of where you live right now? Can you uplift yourself and move yourself into another country? Do you have that capability? I think your answer to that is no, you're still stuck. Still stuck. So we followed what this was about, what blockchain was about, what it meant to us. And we engaged various regulators in the Philippines. And the Philippines is quite unique because it has around 544 ecozones in the Philippines. It's the second largest of ecozones in the entire planet next to China. And the ecozones here have their own micro-government. It's a government within a government. And it turns out all of these other zones around the world provide that. It's an entry point. And it gives you regulatory cover, privacy protection, and tax-free operation. Possibly tax-free living. The question is, how do we get ourselves there? How do we live the life that we want? Now, these ecozones, just like any other regulator, let's not think regulators are not reasonable. They are. They're just human beings, just like you and me. I was an entrepreneur when I joined the bank. I didn't understand anything. I drafted the Philippine stablecoin, submitted it. I didn't even know that I had to go through the compliance, risk, and legal offices. I submitted it. I had discussions with the central bank as far as that was concerned. I had the support of the leadership, and it was approved. What that taught me was regulators live within reason. As long as you're aligned with regulation and its objective, which was financial inclusion, that's what the central bank does. They will work with you. So we found an ecozone in the Philippines, which I would like to thank for coming with us over here to bring forward this vision for us, to bring forward the vision for everybody else, which is making accessible for you in a very simple way a new category and a new class of tokens. You have your NFTs. You have your privacy tokens. And now you have residency-enabled tokens. It's a very simple value proposition. You purchase the token, you stake the token, and it gives you an opportunity to be able to apply for tax-free residency or near zero tax to zero tax residency and operation in member ecozones. The first of which, and when I say apply, you still need to meet KYC and AML requirements. But we've already vetted the zones for you. And the first member ecozone that has graced us here and is participating in this offering to you, where you now have the opportunity to avail of what we value, which is freedom, is AFAB. Thank you, sir, for coming, and thank you for gracing the event. Thank you for honoring us and validating that this product is something that AFAB can bring to the world. And we're inviting the rest of the world to come and avail of this thing that we all want, freedom. So, as mentioned a while ago, ecozones are, oh my God, it's 53 seconds. Well, let me skip. I guess I explained most of it already. So what are we trying to establish here? There are two sentences I'd like to leave with you before I go. The first is opportunity is not defined by where we live. Opportunity is defined by choice. You just need to know, and you just need to be given that choice. You have to be given a very simple way to acquire choice and exercise choice. So what the token does is, upon acquiring it and staking it for a specific period of time, it gives you access to open zones, which we are expanding from zone to zone. Our target is to reach 540 zones throughout the world and give individuals that freedom. The second thing I need you to listen to is a statement. This is my city. When you say this is my city, is it really your city? Is it your city? Do you participate in the economic gain of that city? Do you participate in the governance of that city? Do you have a say in its direction? And do you have a say in the structures that are built? Can you metaverse enable the city? Right now, there are thousands of metaverse use cases out there, but is there one that has a physiverse complemented by a metaverse, giving you open zone living, giving you that life and that one word that you're going after, which is freedom? In the end, what Oz aims to implement, and we are not suggesting this, we are implementing this as we speak. The regulator is here. This is not a Oz product. This is a regulator product. We cannot do this without their support. Our objective is to fully disclose who we are. We're not here to hide. We're here to show everybody this is us. We are conducting transactions, and we are conducting it legally in eco zones, in open zones that allow us to be able to live a life of freedom and to live a life where we can operate legally and we are not taxed for it, where our privacy is protected and we will receive regulatory cover. So I invite you all just to go back to what blockchain meant to you. As you go through this entire conference, it's not about the money that you make. That's secondary, right? It's one word: freedom.